The next video. Today we'll be talking about how to scan any type of QR code in Flutter without using a third-party library. So this is for iOS, so I will be using Swift as well as Dart, of course, for Flutter. So first go to your main.dart file, and this is like an empty Flutter project which I have created. Next, what you have to do is so you can ignore this for now. This is for Android. For Android I will cover it in next video. Again, ignore this for now as well. So you have to go to the build method. First I am getting the width and height of this particular screen or the mobile screen which you are on. Next I have this custom thing called my scan QR view, and yeah, so you can directly write my scan QR view. So you don't need this variable, so you don't need this as well. This is for iOS, but I'm this is specially for this kind of checks are specially for Android. So for iOS you can ignore it and just write my scan QR view inside the body. So if you check into the my scan QR view, I'm created a stateful widget. I'm getting the width and height from the previous widget which it's calling. Next I have created a creation params which is a map. So we need to pass the width and height from Dart side to the native side so that we can easily resize the camera if we want to. Next we have created a method channel and give it a name as scan QR view, and inside the init state I am getting the width and height and setting it to the creation params map. Next I'm checking what platform it is on. So for iOS we will only consider the UI kit view. So here the view type, again this is important, the view type I am passing it as scan QR view. You should use this same constant on the iOS side as well. Layout direction is left to right because yeah, I'm following English and the country which I live in is from left to right. If you are living in some country which is from right to left, or you want internationalization, localization in your app, then you might have to write some kind of logic as well, depending on what country the user is using the app in. Next is the creation params, which is our dictionary. The creation params code, this is I have copied from the documentation itself. And on platform view created is a callback which you get as soon as the view is created on the native side. So this is the method, and here we have created this method handler called handle method. What this handle method does is that whenever you have successfully scanned a QR code, you get a callback from the native side to your Dart side, and this is the method which should be listening to, called send from native. So this we will be using on the native side as well. So once I have scanned a QR code successfully, I am sending back that string or that data from native side to the Dart side. So this is how you will get the data from native side to the Dart side. So we require this send from native method. You can name it whatever you want, but just be consistent on the Dart side as well as on the native side, and also with this scan QR view and this scan QR view. So now you have to go to the info.plist file and you have to add this permission because we will be requiring the camera. That's why we need the camera permission. And next you have to open the app in Xcode, your iOS app, and first create a folder called my scan view. Inside that create another Swift file called my scan view native view, and one more file called my scan view native view factory. And first we will go to my scan view native view. So this I have copied it from the documentation itself, nothing much to this, but the important thing is I am just sending the my scan view native view view to this factory. So whenever this factory gets called, this view would be created. And next we will check app delegate. So inside the app delegate you have to write this code. Okay, so first we are creating this registrar, then make sure this thing and this thing inside the diamond bracket are the same, otherwise you will get an error. Next we are calling the my scan view native view factory and passing the required constant. And next we are just passing this factory as well as this scan QR view. Okay, this scan QR view should be the same thing as what you have done on the Dart side. Next the important file is my scan view native view. So go here. Basically I have copied this again this code from a website called Hacking with Swift. So if you are interested, you can check out that website, but I will try to explain whatever I have understood. First, we are creating a UI view. Next, this is from this AVFoundation library, which is required whenever you are trying to create a camera. And this is also kind of like a boilerplate code which is required whenever you try to create a camera. Then we require the Flutter method channel, so I have created one variable for that, and this is required whenever you want to send data from native side to the Dart side. Next, as soon as this class is initialized, like this is init method, so we are creating the UI view object, and here we are getting all the values which we are sending it from Dart side to the native side, so like the width and the height. So so as soon as I get the width and height, I'm calling the setup view, and here I'm calling the setting up the Flutter method channel as well. Again, this constant we have already defined on the Dart side. Next, this is kind of like a must have method, like an override method, where we are returning our view. Now we have already called this setup view over here. So inside the setup view, we are first saying the background color should be clear of our UI view. Then again, this is kind of like boilerplate code which you have to write whenever you want to scan a QR code, and whenever you want to make the camera work with scanning the QR code. So if you want, you can check hacking with Swift website to learn more about it. So yeah, again this as well. And here we are creating a preview layer, defining the width and height for the preview layers frame. Then you can define the gravity as you like. Then we are adding that preview layer inside our view. Then we are running the session, and whenever the this view has been deinitialized, we need to stop running the session. If there is some kind of a failure, we are just displaying an UI alert controller. Okay, so again, this is kind of like displaying an alert dialog from the native side with Swift. And this is again boilerplate code. You can learn more about it on hacking with Swift. Yeah, and here the found method is called as soon as a QR code is detected when you start the camera. So this method gets called send from native, and whatever code has been detected, we are sending it back to the Dart side. The other thing which I want to show you guys is go to your runner and make sure the minimum iOS deployment is 13, because the code which you are using requires iOS 13, and iOS 13, like every iOS user has iOS 13 minimum, so there shouldn't be any problem with that. And the latest version is iOS 16 by the time I'm recording this video. And once you get the QR code, you will get it over here on the Dart side, so you can do whatever you want to. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. You will get the source code in the description. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.